No problem. So hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us today, and thank you, Angelique, for speaking. It's great to have you. I believe this is your first time speaking at one of our events, so I'm definitely looking forward to your presentation. So Angelique MacArthur is a lifestyle guide and empowerment facilitator serving millennial women and is the CEO and founder of the Adulthood Edit. At age 30, she entered a period of anxiety and confusion surrounding transition into adulthood, and as she worked through it, her passion for helping other millennial women grow their confidence in adulting expanded. She provides relatable, real talk through her fun and value-focused content, where she serves up guidance on how to connect deeply to the key areas of life while creating the life that you ultimately desire in adulthood. Thanks again for presenting today, and good luck.
Thanks. Hey everyone, I'm really excited to be here. We have about 25 minutes together, and I'm here to just, like Alex said, share real and relatable wisdom with you. I hope you'll find value in this, and I think that from my experience with the job search, I've been working since I was 16 years old. That was a while ago, but I got lots to share with you. And if I knew what I know now at your age, trust me when I say I would have been a lot further ahead. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Drop in the comments, get connected. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know where you're coming from today. Let me know what the job search has been like for you. Don't be shy. This is a safe zone, and we're all here to learn and grow with each other. So with that said, I'm going to share my screen. Just give me one moment. All right. Perfect. If you cannot see this, let me know, but otherwise I'm just going to assume that you can. So, of course, today we're going to be talking about growing your confidence so you can crush your job search. And I think that this means a lot of different things for different people, but we're really going to be focusing on mindset and why that's really important and why this is an inside job. Confidence is definitely an inside job. So I want you to build that. I want you to know what you bring to the table. I want you to be confident about that. That's going to help you not only in your job search and looking for the job that you want, but it's also going to help you when you get to the interview and beyond. So let's figure out how to build that up for reals. All right. So what we're going to dive into today, I'm going to be talking about number one, job searching and clubbing. Now, let me explain. You'll understand why they're actually quite relatable to each other. And, why it's pretty crazy that this kind of pattern happens, not just in the clubbing scene, but also when you're searching for a job. Then number two, we're going to dive straight into how to grow your confidence. I got 3 ways in order to help you dive deeper into really building your confidence and having it be on a strong foundation. And then, of course, number 3, you're going to wrap it up. If you don't remember anything else that I've said, these are the points that you will want to remember. All right. So, hey, a little bit about me. I am a wife, a daughter, a friend. I am a proud Torontonian. I love the Six. I'm all about it. I have lived in, abroad, and I still come home and just say there's no place like home. So I love Toronto. If you're from Toronto, let me know in the comments. Some other things that I love writing. I love having great times with great people. Traveling. I love ice cream. I'm literally obsessed. I could probably name all 31 of the Baskin-Robbins flavors. And I'm a field hockey buff. I love it. I've been playing since I was in grade 10. And I know people are like, field hockey? That's not even a real sport. It really is. Trust me. It's so badass. And I am a lifestyle guide and empowerment facilitator at my business. And I'm the CEO of the Adulthood Edit. So I really serve millennial women, and I help them to grow in their confidence in adulthood and in adulting. And job search is just one part of adulting. Careers, business is one part of adulting. What you're going to learn here today, whether you're a woman or not, you're going to learn things that you can take not only through the job search, but also into other areas of your life. So let's go. So job searching and clubbing, why these two experiences are more relatable than you think. Now, okay, hear me out. When you're on a job hunt, it can feel like you're just going through the motions and you're in a bad loop. You can relate it to when you go out clubbing on a Saturday night and it doesn't go the way you want it, okay? So the first thing starts off with the clubbing. You guys look for the best club to hit that night. And this is, of course, pre-COVID. So you look for the best club to hit that night. You get your crew together. You guys prep. You guys, do everything you need to before you get to that club. You make sure you look amazing, all right? Only to get denied entry when you get there by the bouncer. You didn't know that there was rules. Maybe you're wearing sneakers that you shouldn't have worn. You thought you were all prepped and you're sitting there going, are you sure I can't come in? And this right here is actually the difference between confidence and not having the confidence that you need. Because a lot of times when you're in a lineup for anything, the bouncers are willing to work with you if they can feel you're confident that you belong inside that club. And job searching is no different. You research the job that you want, you do all the prep to make sure that you're ready for that interview, you get dressed up and make sure you look fantastic, only to go and be told, this isn't the job for you, or we went with another candidate. Now, I can tell you for sure that there's so many different qualities that you're going to bring to the table, and everybody has unique qualities. Also, you obviously have things that you have learned from school that is going to help you get further. There are quantifiable things that you learned from school that are going to be put on your resume and all of those great things. But there are other things that you cannot quantify but come across. And that's what we're going to teach today about confidence. Yes, Asia, Toronto, you know it, girl. So number 2, how to grow your confidence. 3 awesome ways to help you rock your job search. So point number 1 is know and own who you are and where you're heading. Too often I see people floundering. They're willing to take anything that they can get and they don't have a focus. You need to know not just, of course, what you've done at school and what your grades and all of those great things are, and your extracurriculars and all the good things, but you also need to take inventory of your paradigm and make sure you have it in check, because your paradigm will work for you or will work against you. Now, here is what your paradigm is. It's a collection of ideas, habits, patterns that you have. Maybe it's the things that you constantly do that you don't even notice that you do. A habit is generally that. It's something that you're constantly doing all the time. You don't even notice that you're doing it. The routine that you do in the mornings, for instance, you wake up, you go to the washroom, you brush your teeth, then you hit the shower, you go get coffee, whatever that routine is, you don't even notice that you're doing it because it's on a loop. So you need to make sure that you're taking inventory of the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. What is it that you're telling yourself when you're on the job search? Whether it's, I don't think that I'm qualified enough for this job, or I don't think that I'm good enough for that company, whatever it is, look at the limiting beliefs that you have about job searching and about jobs in general, because it's really about how you're thinking towards these things. Okay. Now, tell me if you can relate to this in the comments. Okay. Because I know that there's things that I've done on a habit and on loop. I don't even notice that I'm doing. And sometimes other people tell me, did you know that you did that? I'm like, I didn't even know. So it's very important to be aware of your paradigm, the habits, the patterns, and the thoughts that you're thinking, because those thoughts lead to your feelings, and your feelings lead to your actions and your behaviors. So they all line up together, and you need to make sure you have it in check, or it's going to check you. Now, number 2 is the importance of energy management. Energy management can also be known as AKA read the room. Too often we go into a job, like maybe an interview, it's a group interview, and we're not reading the vibe of the room. So we have a speech, we have a spiel, we know exactly what we're going to say, and we're just like, this is what I'm going to deliver, this is exactly what I'm going to do. But we're not reading that maybe the way that we're practicing it and worrying about it and tweaking it isn't what's going to work here. So you need to be able to feel confident enough to move on the fly, to go with the energy of the room and understand where you can insert your confidence where necessary. Now, the next point is live from the end, or even as act as if. It's really important to understand that what you want, you focus on in your mind, the job that you're searching for, maybe even if it's not the specific job, know the industry. Who are you going for? And make sure you know why. Become that person that you need to be in order to get that job. Who we are now is great, okay? But the person that you're becoming is the person that is going to be perfect for that role. So you need to start asking yourself questions like, who is it that I want to be? What does that person show up as? And how does she dress? How does he dress? How do they present themselves? How do they communicate? All of these things about that person in that ideal role, who you want to show up as in that ideal role. Live from that person now. Embody that person now, because that's the energy that you take into your job hunt as well as your interviews. So it's really important to practice living from the end and acting as if. Will it feel weird and fake? Absolutely. But as you practice it, it will become normal, just like anything else. You learn to ride a bike, it was awkward and it was weird, and you're probably falling off and being like, I can't do this. But now it's like second nature to you. It's just something that you learn and you grow into. Practice makes perfect, and this is nothing different. So those are some things that are going to help you to not only know what you bring to the table in regards to your habits, your patterns, making sure that you're ready for this because you've already placed yourself in your mind and you've been focusing on it in your mind because you're living from the end. So all of these things are going to help you in your job search because it's going to help you know exactly where you want to go. It's going to help you know exactly the people that you want to talk to. And it's going to help you get focused on making sure that you get that position. Okay. Let me know. What do you guys think about this so far? So next is to master self-leadership over your life. 100% responsibility is crucial. You cannot play the blame game, especially when it comes to jobs. Nobody wants to hire somebody who's wanting to pawn off things to other people when it was really their responsibility. This is no different than any other part in your life. Responsibility is absolutely crucial. And you have to know the difference between responsible for and responsible to. You're responsible for your results, for your energy, for your thoughts, for your feelings, for your actions. You're not responsible for other people's results, thoughts, actions, feelings, all of that. But we take that on too often and let that decide for us who we're going to be in this moment. Responsibility is really important because that's also what a leader does. And that's what companies are looking for. People who are willing to step into leadership roles and understand that they're willing to take on whatever is necessary. So that also goes to make sure that you're mastering yourself in every area of your life and taking responsibility. It's easy. I'll be super frank and honest with you. When I was, in my early 20s, I was always looking for the easy way out a lot of times because that was just what was available to me. Taking 100% responsibility when I was younger wasn't something that I was doing, maybe 80%. But once you do that, radical responsibility of 100% and not dropping the ball, it will get you further down the line. So please, please, please believe me when I say that. It's not about making yourself feel bad if you've done wrong. It's about learning from the mistakes and the failures and picking up quickly and moving. That's what leaders do. That's what positions and employers are looking for. So number 2, focus only on what you want. Do not complain and talk about only the things that went wrong. Your job search, you've been looking day in, day out, you're finding nothing, or you went on 10 million interviews and still nothing. Whatever it is that's negative, you will attract more of this. This is 100% true. You attract what you constantly focus on and talk about. So really try to reprogram your mind to think about the things that you want, not the things you don't want. And focus on speaking it with positives. So don't use things or don't say in your, language, like, I don't want to, lose out on that next position. Only affirm what you want. I want to, become the next manager of this company. So don't say things like don't, can't, all of those negative affirming words, because I'll just be honest with you, you'll just actually attract more of that. So only speak in positives on what you want. Again, will it feel weird and fake? Absolutely. But it's the 100% truth that will help you get further in your job search. Okay. Now, will this make the boat go faster? So there's a great doctor, his name's Benjamin Hardy, and he has a fantastic book called Personality Isn't Permanent. In the book, he talks about the 2000 London Olympic Games. And he talked about the English rowing team. Now, at the time, the English rowing team hadn't won a gold medal since 1912. And they were like, I don't understand why this is happening, but we need to make a commitment in order to get this gold at home at the London Olympics this year. And what they asked themselves was only one question that made them decide on everything, whether it was going to a party that night, whether it was eating this, or whether it was saying and thinking the things they were thinking. The question was, will this make the boat go faster? You need to find a question for yourself, one question, so you don't complicate it and overwhelm yourself, just one question that you can ask yourself constantly to make sure you're on the right track to the job that you want. So will this make the boat go faster? Was there a question? Your question could be, will this help me land the job that I'm looking for? And this is going to help you with your 100% responsibility appointment, because as you're asking that question, you have to be 100% real with yourself. This is between you, and you, because whether or not other people outside of you have opinions on your job search and the jobs that you want, it is you that is going to end up getting the job, doing the work, and all the things. So you need to make sure that you're 100% responsible to yourself and that you're 100% responsible in answering that question so that you don't cop out on yourself. So whatever the question is, just make sure you focus on that one question, and it will help guide you on your job search. It will help you weed out the jobs that are not suitable for you and that maybe you're settling for, and it will also help you to grow and find what you do want. So let me know, what would your question be for yourself? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Don't be shy. So the last point is become an amazing communicator and connector. Listen, it is great to speak with friends and, you have your slang terms and all those things, but you have to be professional and you have to learn how to communicate well with others, no matter their background, age, or anything. So you want to really focus on becoming amazing at not only using that energy that you've learned to help you read the room, but also know how to communicate with people effectively. So listen to Maya Angelou, okay? Maya Angelou, famous poet, love her. And she says two great things. One, you teach people how to treat you. That is also through body language. It's through the way you interact with people. It's through the energy that they feel from you, the confidence that you're giving off. You teach people how to treat you. So keep that in mind, okay? It's not something that they just decide. It's the energy that you're giving off. It's the way you show up. The second thing she says is words are things. We all too often really think that we just said what we said and it means nothing. It's fine. Words become things. So if you want to say, for example, back in the day, there was the Wright brothers. They created really the first airplane, and people thought they were crazy, right? But what they were doing was using their imagination first to see what they wanted. And they were speaking only what they want to create and get the outcome that they were looking for, which in turn ended up producing flight for humans through airplanes and other apparatuses. But you need to make sure that the words you're speaking are ones that are going to fulfill what you want, to build you up. The same way we were talking about limiting beliefs, you need to reframe those limiting beliefs and speak affirmations and words and things that are going to help build you up. There are so many things outside of you that are going to try to bring you down, not just in the job search, but in other areas of your life. You have to remain within yourself. And that's why confidence is an inside job, because if other things around you are falling apart and then you end up falling apart, that's because you're relying on other things to validate you. I don't want that to happen to you. Making sure that you're speaking lovingly to yourself and saying things that are going to build yourself up are going to help you through those really tough nights when it feels like you're on the bad Saturday night clubbing loop again in the job search. This is how you break free from it. And this is how you also make sure that it doesn't affect your self-esteem as well as your self-confidence. So keep in mind the words that you're speaking. Don't sleep on your intuition. I know that this all probably sounds to so many of you as woo-woo and out there, but I'm telling you things that are absolutely true that I wish I knew when I was younger. Your intuition is there to guide you. And you have had intuitive hits before. That time when you were like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or should I have done that? Or you just get that feeling that something isn't right, but you do it anyway. That is your intuition. Don't ignore it. It's going to help you guide you on your job search too. When you're in interviews, you're going to feel things that you may be like, I don't know. Is this really for me? Is this the environment that I want to be in? These are all things you want to consider. Yes, you want the money. Okay, let's be honest. Everybody's here to get a job so that they can not only find employment that they love, but also they're here to earn money. But your job cannot be just about the money, because if you're focused on something and it's going to be a certain amount of time that you're going to be there, you want to make sure you enjoy it. So you got to listen to your intuition and what the vibe is telling you. Don't sleep on it. Okay. Don't abandon your voice in the job search or at a job or anywhere else. I've done this before. I used to work at a company and I completely abandoned speaking up for myself in meetings and other things because I didn't want to rock the boat, or I also didn't want to seem like I wasn't a team player, even when I felt like things were wrong. This is why it's so important to listen to your intuition and don't abandon your voice. The things that matter most to you and the things that you value, keep that in mind on your job search. They will help guide you. Understand that everything is a relationship. absolutely everything. The way that you are on your phone all the time, that's a relationship you have with your phone. The way that you interact with your friends, your family, inanimate objects, everything is a relationship. And so you need to manage how you're interacting with that relationship, not just in the job search, but of course beyond. So understand that the interaction that you have with your recruiter, with the interviewer, with anyone that's related to your job search at all, it is a relationship. There is an energetic tangle there. So you need to understand that. And also, of course, nurture that as best you can. And of course, boundaries are necessary. I can't stress that enough. Too often, we're also always wanting to just do whatever to get the job, to get the money, whatever. Listen to this. Boundaries are a form of self-love. And boundaries are something that are respected when people learn what they are, because you teach people how to treat you. So that is really important for when you're on the job hunt, when you're, searching for jobs, when you're in an interview, whatever. Boundaries are important. So you got to learn what the boundaries are for yourself, because you don't want to just take a job that just is like, okay, I'll just take it. And no matter what, I'll do whatever. It is important to be persistent and to get what you desire, but you also have to make sure that it's not coming at the cost of your soul and your self-worth. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Now I have some questions here. I don't know what you want to do. You might want to screenshot it, or I don't know, but these are some questions that are going to help you to get clear. So why do I want this job or position? What are my intentions as a team member of this company? So really looking at why you really want this job beyond the money. Okay. And what are you bringing to the table for them? Now, number two, do my values and the values of the company align? Learn more when you do the research on the company. Don't just look at the numbers and the stats and the facts. Listen to people's, talking about the culture, about, what the company stands for. Do they actually do what they say they stand for? Because that also is a reflection of you. When you are working with a company, it's also a reflection of your values. And so you want to stand tall in your confidence and in who you are, and make sure that they're aligned. Number three, who do I have to become to not only land this job, but thrive at it? Okay. So it's not just getting the job, it's going beyond the job as well. And number four, am I ready to make a firm decision to go after what I want until I achieve it? One thing that we don't learn in school is how to make decisions. We think that because we are, we decide between this book or this book to do for our report or whatever it may be, that we're making firm decisions. But too often we flip-flop. We make a decision and we go back on it, or we quickly turn to another decision before we commit, and we're in the I don't know zone for way too long. Make a firm decision and stand by it. You will get further ahead by making a firm decision and standing by it, rather than flip-flopping on things. Okay, trust me. Wish I knew that when I was your age. And now these are some realignment questions that you can ask yourself once you land your job. So again, your self-confidence continues to grow. It's something you build all the time, and it goes beyond, right? Like what it is at the interview. When you land the job, keep asking yourself, where's my energy at right now? How connected how connected are you to the job? What are my intentions in this position, or have they changed? What triggers, if any, are coming up for me at work? And what story am I telling myself about this person or situation as a whole? We make up stories. We love stories. And that's why we got to manage our mind. Okay. What am I willing to shift now to be my best in this job position? Am I practicing honesty with grace with my coworkers? This is where you're speaking up for yourself and making sure you're not abandoning your voice. You're being honest, but you're being graceful about it. And also, am I making an effort to connect? Are you really making an effort to deeply connect with people, not just on the surface level? Is this job agreement still serving my employer, the client, and myself? If not, what do I desire to have happen from here on out, and what will I change? So those are some questions to help you as you're in your position, to make sure you're constantly thriving, and that helps build your confidence as you go. Now, the wrap up. If you remember nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, please remember this. It all starts in the boardroom of your mind. Your self-confidence is something to build and maintain daily. Energy management, taking 100% responsibility for yourself and being an amazing communicator and connector are indispensable qualities for any job position. You want to build those skills, okay? And remember, you get to, not that you have to. It is not a burden. It is not something that is like something that you wish you could just throw off. It is a privilege that you get to create the life you want, and that includes your job, okay? So make a firm decision and stick with it and make it happen. And the next steps from here on out are take whatever I said today that serves you and apply it. Don't sit on it. Make it work for you and build your confidence that way. Well, thanks so much, guys. I hope that was super helpful. I hope you found value. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to keep connected with you. Here are the ways I am out there in the inter of nets. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I also have a Facebook group for millennial women called the Connected and Created Millennial Life. It's free on Facebook, so feel free to join us. I know most people are like, I don't even use Facebook, but I'm telling you, Facebook is good for groups, all right? So join us on over there. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll put my email address as well in the chat, and feel free to connect. All right. I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you soon. Bye.